Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a massive paradigm shift in how we understand attraction, connection, and what it actually takes to cultivate the genuine self-attitude of an alpha man. If you've ever felt totally burnt out by that endless cycle of dating advice, pickup tricks, and trying to say the literal perfect thing, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're breaking down source material that radically shifts the focus away from desperate, outward-seeking behavior and points it directly toward profound, unshakable self-love. We're going to look at how shedding that fake persona is, truthfully, the only real path to becoming a man who commands genuine respect. So, let's get into it.
Section 1. The Illusion of the Hunter.
Are you the hunter, or are you the one actually trapped in the net? You know, so many men operate under this assumption that dating is basically like fishing. They think they're standing on the shore, casting a line, just waiting to catch someone. But the source material hits us with a pretty harsh truth here. If you're relying on cheap tricks and rehearsed techniques, you aren't the hunter at all. Nope. You're actually held prisoner by your own unfulfilled desires. You are literally trapped in a net of your own making, completely dependent on someone else giving you validation.
And there's a really profound truth to keep in mind here. Women are like mirrors. They reflect your internal state. They absolutely do not fall for conversational bait like some fish in a pond. They are incredibly intuitive. If you approach someone while you're feeling broken inside, or maybe you're just bored with your own life and looking for someone to impress to get that quick temporary high, they sense it, instantly. They act exactly like a mirror, reflecting that same emptiness and hesitation right back at you.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic of the beggar. Look, when you operate from a place of needing validation, you project helplessness. You're essentially holding out your hands, begging for love. But here is the absolute crucial point. Nobody is actually attracted to a beggar. They only offer charity or pity. And pity? That's the exact opposite of a true alpha attitude. Now, contrast this entirely with the emperor. The emperor doesn't need to beg because he's completely self-sufficient. He's deeply rooted in self-love and internal strength. He doesn't ask for respect, he just naturally commands it, simply by existing fully in his own space.
Section 2. The Stench of Fear.
Trying too hard to impress has some very direct negative consequences. First off, you completely lose your natural self. Second, you morph into this fake actor. And third, you end up projecting an undeniable aura of fear. The source material points out that women are absolute experts at detecting bad acting. And trust me on this, nobody is winning an Oscar for playing the fake tough guy. When you step up with some memorized line or a carefully crafted fake persona, it completely shatters any real chance of a genuine connection. It's not smooth at all. It's totally transparent.
Which brings us to a really visceral metaphor. Expensive perfume cannot hide the stench of fear. Think about it. You can wear the absolute sharpest suit, drive the most expensive car, spray on that luxury cologne, but if you are terrified of rejection, that fear emits a psychological stink. It completely overpowers any superficial dressing up you've done. People unconsciously recoil from desperation. I don't care how nicely you package it.
So clearly, we need a brand new definition here. True attraction is remaining completely steady and joyful within yourself without needing anyone else's presence. It is not about your jawline or your bank account or having the cleverest jokes. True alpha attraction is total emotional independence. It's the ability to find joy entirely within your own existence, possessing a rock-solid self-attitude. It's being perfectly 100% content whether someone else is standing next to you or not.
Let's move to Section 3, Cultivate Your Own Garden, and see how this builds.
Think about the act of chasing butterflies. If you run around trying to catch one, you're draining all your energy outward. You end up sweaty, exhausted, and completely empty-handed, right? Because the butterfly just flutters away. Instead, the focus should be on cultivating a garden. You stay put. You build an internal space made up of peace, self-awareness, and, as the source notes, maybe just a little bit of reckless, joyful madness. When you build a beautiful garden within, the butterflies, they naturally come and land on your shoulder all on their own.
There is just incredible power in this idea, bloom quietly like a flower in the deep forest. The source tells this great story of a solitary flower blooming way out in the wilderness. It has absolutely zero concern about whether a human walks by. It doesn't care if anyone stops to praise its beauty. It just exists, fully and beautifully right in its own space. And yet, because of that steady nature, its unique fragrance naturally spreads incredibly far, drawing in life from all directions. That right there is the pure essence of a grounded, masculine presence.
Section 4. Mindset of an emperor.
Okay, this quote is a pretty stark, heavy warning from our source. A person far from their true self is just a dressed-up dead body. I mean, really think about that for a second. If you're relying entirely on the expensive car, the designer clothes, and this fake persona while completely abandoning who you actually are, you lose your life force. You literally become a mannequin. And a dressed-up dead body doesn't attract people unless you're in some kind of horror movie. It just scares them away. Authenticity is the only thing that actually breathes life into your interactions.
So how do we actually apply this? First, drop the mask and quiet that inner noise of self-doubt. Second, stop calculating every single word in your head, trying to mathematically figure out what she wants to hear. And third, walk to your own unique rhythm. Just imagine the magnetic vibe of an alpha man who isn't crushed under the everyday burdens of forcing a relationship or constantly stressing over societal success. He just flows to his own rhythm, possessing a completely grounded self-attitude. People stop and stare at a man like that, because that kind of true freedom, it's the rarest thing in the world.
We so often treat dating like business strategies, right? Calculated, trying to play it safe, inherently kind of fake. But true love, or just genuine connection, is completely different. It's a gamble. It requires dropping the ego and taking a real leap into the unknown. And the supreme irony here is that love is a gamble where the person who is fully prepared and willing to lose is actually the one who wins. You literally have to dismantle those massive walls of fear you've built up around your heart.
Section 5. The magnet of satisfaction. Consider the look of hunger. This is the man who looks like a starving hunter, constantly scanning the room, desperately seeking to feed his own lonely appetite. Women sense this selfish hunger instantly, and honestly, it feels like a threat. But contrast that with the look of satisfaction. This is the look of a man who appears as though he has already achieved absolutely everything he could ever want in life. He isn't looking to take anything from anyone. He's already full.
Thirsty souls rush to the well. Deep, authentic, inner satisfaction carries a unique, unspoken fragrance. It is incredibly rare to find. When you cultivate this inner garden and possess that true emperor's mindset, fueled by real self-love, you become an oasis. You don't have to chase a single person. People are naturally drawn to your calm, exactly like a desperately thirsty person rushing toward a deep well of fresh water.
I want to leave you with this final lingering question. When someone looks deep into your eyes, what will they see? Are they going to see the exhausting desperation of a hungry hunter endlessly searching around for validation? Or will they see the profound, unshakable satisfaction of an emperor? The choice is entirely yours. It's time to stop with the cheap tricks, drop the fake personas, and step fully into the incredible power of true self-love. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep cultivating your garden, and I'll see you next time.